SoCal 219 here. We have finally an unboxing. It took me quite a while to get a gun here lately. Besides selling a bunch of guns, we finally bought one. Well, with a little help from some folks that I know. But I've been looking at this gun for about 5 years. It's been about 5 years looking at one of these guns, and finally one came into the shop along with a bunch of other guns that you've been seeing on the channel, which I've been doing little quick reviews. A lot of people have been liking those little quick reviews. I've gotten a little funny with some of them, but mainly I can't stress it enough that there's guns available out there. You have to find them. You have to search for them. You know, you can't always be lucky and work at a gun shop like I do. Or like many of the YouTubers have steaks and gun shops. So I bought this gun today, but there's a little quirk to it that we'll get into here. Well, I didn't say a quirk, a brain fart here. But of course it's a Glock, so let's open this up and see. Of course, it's a Glock 26. I've been wanting a Glock 26 forever, and if you can notice, I forgot to take the trigger lock off the gun. I tried to pry it a little bit, if you can see it there. I tried to pry it a little bit. It's not going to come off, and I don't want to ruin the gun, so I have to wait and get the key for it and take it off, and then just throw this lock out. But here it is. Of course, it comes with, you know, a little bit of cleaning supplies, an extra magazine, and the loader. So let's get rid of the box here. But that's what it comes with. Now, the Glock 26 is something, I tell you, it is clear because there's a lock on it. The Glock 26, it's been, it's old school, man. It's been around for forever. As soon as the baby Glock line started to show face, you know, they make a 26, they make this in a 40, this configuration in a 40, and then you have the 43, then the 42. You got a lot of configurations of Glock. Glock is, they make quite a few guns. I was either going to buy this gun, a 43X, or a 48. That's what I was going to buy. But I looked at it and said, look, I got a bunch of stick mags for that old 19 that I traded for that Glock 43. And I'm going to get this 26 because these stick mags, this one's a KCI, they fit in there. And you can, I guess, be kind of creative with having a stick mag in there. I got 4 of those stick mags, and I can't get rid of them. Nobody wants them. So this is a Gen 3 26, which those KCI mags work in it. Gen 3s, whichever generation it is, a 19, a 17, they all have the finger grooves in there. This comes with 2 magazines, flush fit magazines. You can't get an extension for these. I believe, who was it? Oh, man. Pierce grip extensions will make something for this, I believe. Because my pinky does kind of hang off of there. And that's annoying for some people. But I've been shooting little 380s. And my finger will kind of dangle out there. That Taurus TCP, that one does it. My SIG 365 used to do it with the flush fit until I got the extension and then the bigger magazine, the 12 rounder. So you can kind of modify these to fit the configuration that you're more comfortable with. But I've always wanted a Glock 26 for the longest time. Very concealable. Summer's coming around. And I had a little hiccup with that 43. Showed it in a video explaining the malfunction, and we took it out and shot it, and it didn't show itself. But again, in that video, when I shot the gun and came back and talked about it, told you that's always in the back of my mind. So I went up and picked this one up for carry for summertime. That's right around the corner at this point. Plus, I'd like to take this gun hunting with me. It'll fit in my, I wear a fanny pack sometimes, or I wear a rig with a chest pocket in there. So I can just stick that in there in case, you know, something comes around that I don't want it to be around. I can take a couple pop shots at it. But I've always wanted one of these guns, again, for the longest time, like I've said. I've got those stick mags for it, and I just like the feel of it. It basically feels like a 19, but it's just, you know, the grip is just shaved down into there. But I can't show you the trigger pull or anything like that. And I can't break it down and show you the inside of the firearm as well. So that's going to have to come down further down the road when I go to work and I get the little trigger key. I was going to cut it off, try to, but this one's really snug against the trigger guard here. So I don't want to just mess it up. I might as well just, you know, bite the bullet for a day, carry something else at work tomorrow, and then, you know, take the lock off and then start shooting this gun and see how it performs. I know a ton of people that have owned these guns. Sarge from C4 Defense has one. We've chatted about it. He enjoys his 26 if he still has it. At the time he did. I can change the base plate on here too. If you don't know who Squibload is, he did a good video on Millspin. Millspin.com is where you can sometimes get those back plates. I changed it on my 19, and when I traded it, the guy that I traded it to didn't want the back plate on it because it was Star Wars. So now I can take that back plate and put it back on here and get that little bit of the theme going there, because it's the Imperial cog on there and it's all black, just like Darth Vader. So it's pretty cool. Of course, Glocks are made in Austria. This one, the 10 round capacity, one in the hole. You can get some extensions for it, magazine extensions, like I said, to make it a little bit more comfortable for those people that don't like your pinky to hang off of there. And you can get a couple of mags that I've seen, that I've been researching online, that'll hold a little bit more, and it won't be so gaudy like the big KCI. This is a 31 rounder. Yeah, this is about a 30. It says 31 on there, but I think I can get 33 rounds in it. I'm not too sure. I'll do a video on that if you guys want to see it. But I paid a little bit lesser than normal people because I did get a discount because I did buy it from my work. These are running around in my area at my shop and a couple other places I looked at about $4.99. I did find it at one of our competitors, and they wanted a little bit over $500 for it. But I seen their prices starting to drop on some of their firearms because they're getting backed up on there. And I went in there 2 days ago, and I seen now their case is starting to kind of trickle out with empty spots. That's because they're figuring out that it's the ammunition that is the crucial part in the time that we live in now. A lot of people call it the shortage. There's a shortage now. I call it an ammo crunch because it's really crunch time. If you don't have the money to afford ammunition, it's going to be really hard for you to pick up ammunition. The Glock 43X, and the reason why I say the Glock 43X and the 48 were cheaper than this gun. So that should tell you that in hindsight, even though this is a Gen 3 and it's an older model, because they do make it in a Gen 5, it still commands a little bit more of the market than the 43X and then the 48. I did see a couple of other guns that I could have bought, like the GX4 from Taurus, or maybe the Ruger Max 9, but I picked a Glock because, again, I've always wanted one, and I have some magazines that I want to try to put through it because they worked in my 19, so I might as well give this a shot. You can also use Glock 17 mags with a 26. Nowadays, you know, everybody talks about shit hits the fan, and, you know, what happens if, you know, society broke down. Well, in my area, I don't know about your area, you know, it all depends on where you live. But a lot of these cops around here, they're carrying 19s and 17s. So if I had to pick something up off the ground, if it's that bad in society, which I don't think it'll come to, but you never know, they would fit in this gun. This is another gun that I would probably take with me. I'd take this gun and my CZ, those two guns for sure, just because the compatibility with other things that are out there in society. So there's a lot of different things I can do with this. When somebody says, well, the 43X is better than the 26, or the 48 is better than the 26, or something else, I say, in a Glock configuration, I say, well, this is compatible with two other Glock firearms magazine-wise. So, you know, those other guns, you're going to have to buy different magazines for them, and you better have enough on hand because, you know, again, in my area, this is a common caliber, and it's a common magazine that I can find if something would go awry in society. I've always got these things in the back of my head about what I would do in this kind of situations and how I would protect myself. So that's another reason why I went with the 26. I know it's an older model and it's not the best thing around or out right now, especially with all the new compact 9mm that are out on the market right now, like the Hellcat, the GX4, the Ruger firearm. And then some of these other people that are coming out with guns here that we saw at SHOT Show in the 9mm aspect, like Savage is coming out with theirs. Kel-Tec is messing around with stuff. So there's a lot of different options. I just thought this is the best one in case one of those scenarios would ever come about. Guess what? I've got something that can take two different style guns but use their magazines. So yeah, it does look gaudy with this big old thing in there. But in the end, any of those guns, the 17 or the 19, the magazine are going to stick out a little bit further than its original ones. So this is what I picked up. Again, I can't show you anything with the trigger lock on there. And I looked through a lot of different other guns that I have that have the trigger lock in the box and everything, and with the little keys for it, and none of them fit it. I'm hoping I didn't do it, but I kind of, you know, scuffed up around the area where that key goes in there. If worse comes to worse, I'm gonna have to try and find a way to cut that out of there. And again, you know, it's just a reminder. Of course, with all Glocks, man, this comes with the plastic sights. You can see the sight system on there is if I can get it right, the U-notch with the white dot. Of course, I'm gonna replace these sights, probably put some fiber optics or some kind of other sight system on there. I'm not getting any older, so as much help as I can possibly get is fine. I've shot one of these before a long time ago, and they're a tad bit snappy for the most part, but not as much as you would think. Like my 365 is kind of snappy in a sense, but the Hellcat was snappier when I shot it. This one's a little bit heavier. It feels a lot heavier than my 365, so I think it might manage to recoil a little bit better. And I can manage recoil because I'm not like some old stiff. But you know, the all around of the gun, the dimensions or everything, they're all over the interweb. So I'm not going to quite go through that. You know, I'd like to break it down for you, but unfortunately I can't because I can't pull the trigger. This is what I picked up. I'm really happy with it. I've always wanted one. I've always thought about getting it, but kind of leaned a different way. And then I bought my CZ P10C, and I could have bought this gun at that time. I didn't do that. And then my G3 that I bought, the Taurus G3, I could have bought this gun at that time, but I passed on it because that was kind of the thing everybody was talking about. But the 26 has been talked about for years upon years, and you know, why not take that plunge into that realm? A lot of people don't like Glock firearms because of the following, the fan base. I haven't really had a problem with any Glock guns except for that 43 malfunction that was totally like, I guess it was a fart in the wind, as they say, because I've never encountered a malfunction like that with any of the guns that I've owned in my entire life, where the whole gun was completely locked off and it was pretty much useless. And it took me quite a time to clear that malfunction. When I did, you know, rounds are just popping out everywhere. So we'll give this one a shot. And again, this might be the end of the 365 for me, because I don't need 5 or 6 smaller guns to carry in the summertime. I only do it because, you know, you're shedding clothing, it's getting warmer out, and it's just easier to conceal. In society, there's a lot of places, a lot of businesses that don't like you to open carry or to show some type of firearm that you're carrying. They'll kick you out. We've heard the stories upon stories. So I've started to conceal and carry more than I've open carry. Now, I used to open carry, 80% of the time because it was just more comfortable with me that way. But the way society's, unbalanced at this point, I just think it's a little bit better nowadays to kind of conceal your firearm. So this is going to be something, hopefully, when I get the trigger lock out, we'll go out and we'll put quite a few rounds. I got this thing that we're going to try. I got about 4 of these. I got to rotate this ammunition out of it anyway. It's been in there since I bought my 19. That was a couple years ago, and I don't have that gun, so it's sat in there ever since I got rid of my 19. So it's been in there for a while. So we'll shoot some of that, and it was just a mixture of range rounds, of, like a little bit of Federal. This is Blazer in this one. I was looking through the other mags. It's just a hodgepodge of stuff that, half a box of this over here, half a box over that. And I just threw them into there just to get rid of boxes to make some room in the safe. So we'll go out there, we'll shoot this gun with the original mags first, probably what I'll carry this gun with. And then we'll have a little fun with the KCI extended magazines, as the young kids call them, the extendos. So we'll go through that. Then I'll order some new sights on here. If you got a 26 and you got a pair of sights on there, throw it down in the comments if you enjoy them, or I should look at them and be interested in purchasing them. Other than that, man, again, Glock is, like I said in all my videos about Glocks, they're plain Janes. I think this one's just a tad bit more uniquer than a 19 or a 17. Because you can interchange all these magazines with this gun, so that's pretty cool, to say the most part. And I've already explained the reasons for that. So that was my purchase, and I'm grateful for it. I haven't bought a gun in quite some time. Been selling a lot of guns here lately for just different purposes. So it's good to get something new in the safe. But I'm going to have to wait a couple days here, and we'll get to shooting this gun, and we'll see how it is. My targets are finally uncovered from the snow that all melted, so we'll shoot a little bit of steel with this gun and try and, zero it in and see how it performs. But that's my purchase and my unboxing of my Glock 26. I'd like to thank my old and my new subscribers and just the people that zip through. I greatly do appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. All the work that I do over here on YouTube, it really helps out with the algorithms and boosts you up a little bit, and you'll start seeing a lot more of my videos, and other people will see it. So it helps out in a whole. Don't forget, I want to make this really big announcement here for the people that are new to the channel. We'll be hitting about 160 shows for rants and raves, Wednesday nights, 9:30, 10ish, whenever my internet wants to work. After 200, the show will go away. Whether the show will come back or not, I haven't decided. There's a lot of big changes that are coming up in my life where I can't dedicate that precious time to do the shows. It's not because I don't want to do them or I'm tired of them or anything like that. It's just there's a lot of big things that are going to be happening here in the next few months. So when we get to 200 shows, unfortunately, they will be cut off. Whether Rants and Raves comes back, I don't know. At this time, I don't see it coming back anytime foreseeable in the future. But you never know what the future holds. So I wanted to make that announcement for the new people that are coming on. I've seen that I've accumulated quite a few new people that have joined the channel and that are commenting, that are asking questions, things of that nature, which I enjoy all the time. I try to get to your comments as quick as possible, whether I'm on my lunch break or, even at functions. I'm always on my phone answering your guys' questions. So if it's randomly at night or randomly in the morning or sometime in the middle of the day, like at a real odd time, that's because I'm answering your questions. So I try and get to them as much as possible. Again, I can't thank all the people that come into the live chats to participate, that comment, the constructive criticism, all that stuff is good. I'm having a blast doing the YouTube channel. I hope you're enjoying some of the low quality content that I put out, but it is what it is. So thank you all, and like always, we'll catch you on the next one.